So you guys see Snowball. They've kind of walked out of the area, and in
No cap.
hand they. Oh God, I did it again. Okay, Snowcap. And Snowcap in hand has this. Well, they have a bow. They have a. It's not necessarily as decorative as, I thought. Albeit some people might not even have known it was a bow. I think. I think everyone knows it was a bow. I don't know. Maybe some people didn't. Um, it has some decals to it, and it seems to have a small plant of some form. Um, possibly a. What did we decide on? I didn't want
I
to.
think it was like Holly or you.
Yeah, some yew of some kind. Yeah, okay. I did. For some reason, I thought it. I know our initial idea was for it, and it definitely wasn't gonna be that because that would be crazy. Uh, for reasons I don't think you know. But yeah, it has a little bit of yew attached to it. Um, it was like this kind of aura, kind of exuding from it a little bit. It's hard, at least kind of. It's hard to really tell, but it's just some of you kind of just barely notice it. Like it it kind of looks like it has some type of association with that frosty area that Snowcap is exiting from, but it's hard to kind of tell. Those of you who are maybe more arcane focused and kind of have an eye for things can kind of notice like little striations in the air and things, but it's very subtle. Now that you kind of exit the area, the larger creature starts to back up a little bit, along with the smaller of the two, which Snowcap would be a little more familiar with, a Glup per se. These make kind of splashing sounds a bit in the area. Um, Otherwise, you don't hear too much going on.
Let's get out of here.
That's a great idea. Is anyone capable of healing? That blast of cold really got to me.
Yeah, no problem. Everyone huddle up. I got something for all of you. And I'll cast Prayer of Healing at second level.
That takes 10 minutes.
Still, we can chill for 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're aware.
I know. So, Snowcat, is that the thing we risked our lives for?
Yep.
Or what does it do?
I'll identify it for you if you would like.
Well, we got 10 minutes. Might as well.
It's the U-bow of Oliver. Or
The U-bow. Oh, that startled me.
Pardon.
Does it come with a U-boat?
So
Okay.
stupid. Take 2d6 psychic damage.
Oh, I just healed those.
I had a moment where I was like, do I want to have him roll Arcana check? Do I want to have him do that? No, I don't want you both in my game yet.
Yeah.
Alright. Is there anything else we need to do while we're down here?
Jezebel need to
I beg your pardon?
shrink down again.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna cast Wild Shape on myself and turn myself into a Snow Panther again.
Alright, let's make our exit, yes? I don't quite like those frost salamanders.
The large thing kind of looks back. Continues to look in your direction. Kind of, although it moved back, it's still to some degree standing its ground. If you chose not to leave, it might do something, or might do something if you get closer. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to be a threat as you exit.
Then we exit.
Okay. You guys move through these tunnels. Were you going to do anything else in this battle map before I move you? Because there is one thing you could do, but I don't want to like mention it if you guys don't know.
Norlis charges the giant with his dagger in hand.
Oh yeah. Oh,
No.
I should probably mention this sword is sticking out of the creature. I should probably mention. And like
Creature?
a clump of yes. This sword is sticking out from like the tail portion of this like long of a large salamander. Like kind of with some like rocky portions kind of around that.
No, thank you.
I wouldn't be so hasty. We've got one, I assume, very powerful artifact out of here. Might as well go for 2.
Drout's
No,
gonna
that's
just
not a good idea.
crawl. Drout's just like crawling past everyone. He's just gonna crawl up to it.
Okay,
Dr-
it is right here. Oh, okay, so the sword is on the creature. Is what I'm getting at. Just so you're
He's
aware.
got.
Okay,
He doesn't have his sword
okay.
drawn.
You get right up close to it. It looks it it's it, it looks to have clear intentions as defending its like space. So once you get right up to it, oh boy, it snaps at you. Actually, actually I take this back. Are you attempting to do anything special, or are you just kind of walking up to it? Like, are
I'm
you?
just walking up to it with my sword put away.
Hmm. It looks rather uncomfortable and looks like it could snap at you at any time.
I'm going to point to the sword and its tail.
It looks back at you.
I shall take it out.
Do an animal handling check.
Does this seem like a very stupid approach to anyone else?
Myself behind
I'm
the
going
wall.
to use my inspiration. I
Okay,
got from
typically inspirations don't. I mean, I'm fine with how people have been using it, but I was in the understanding that inspirations don't work or are session based.
I'm under
No.
something there
Ooh.
long rest based.
Same.
and we still haven't had a long rest since I got it.
I mean, maybe it's because the game I originally encountered them and they used them in session, like it was session based, which is really
Yeah,
strange. But yeah.
I think the rules as written are you lose them after long rest, I think, but the way, yeah, I think you're right. The way me and Ian have usually played, and the way I usually play like at home too, is you lose them after the session.
Which when I have combined with like boom points and things, like it kind of feels reasonable to have them be done that way. But I'm fine with we can come up with a solid thing and like at a later point. I'm not gonna cause this to stop things. Did you guys have
18.
used it like this in like last session? Really? Okay. It doesn't seem to. You're not sure if it understands what you said, but it doesn't seem to like lash out when you point. It slowly seems to slink its body around, and seems to like kind of position itself, giving you a chance to perhaps pull the sword. However, the creature doesn't look very it does look a little uncomfortable though, and there is a possibility that it might react poorly depending on how deep the sword is stuck in this thing. It
I'm
clearly
going
is.
to slowly reach for the sword and try and pull it out.
Okay. I don't know if this is a good use of this skill, but this is a skill that's underused greatly. I would like you to use sleight of hand. I think that's well.
I'm pulling it out. It's
Can-
not.
Can I
You feel like
can I
that's a
do a
bad use?
check to see like what I know about the sword?
Well, actually, I was
And
gonna have you do a strength check as well as part of it, but like I was gonna see sleight of hand as a way to like see if you could pull it out safely, or like as in fluidly, per se. Also, sorry, I think I cut you out. Can you repeat that, Snowcap?
can I do a check to see like what I know about the sword?
Yeah, sure. Do a Arcana check, or history.
Um,
Let's see what you get. At the very least, this is given the circumstances. I mean, it could be. It's almost certainly not a Verk fairy. It doesn't seem to be the same properties of this. It may be a magical sword, perhaps. Is it particularly strong? You don't really know, but it's possible it's a magic sword. It's also to some extent possible it's not, but like it reasonably has enough distinct things to indicate it may be a magic sword. You don't know anything deeply specific. I could also have you roll a history check, and I'll give you a different answer. Like in regarding what you might know about this sword. Other than like Arcana's, I'm using this more of like a detailed, like you looking at this and describing it and understanding it, versus like history. I'll be like if you know anything about the sword before you came here, perhaps. Okay, yeah, you know that there is like ideas of there are some older swords here and there around the settlement, and some may have been lost to the waters and or stored deeper down. This may have been placed here by a shaman a long time ago. Which, if it was stabbed into the creature, it could have been by accident, or perhaps there's reason why it's in the creature.
15 to pull it out. For athletics.
Yeah, it's a better. Does it feel like does doing a strength saving throw for this feel wrong? Or I guess the saving throw would make sense to be a check. I don't know if I want to do let me think if I'm cool with athletics for this.
Depends like how he's pulling it out.
Yeah. How are you pulling it? Are you like grabbing it and like running or something, or?
Grabbing it and pulling.
I feel
You're
like
like
just a solid strength.
you're like 3 feet tall.
Yeah. I said where I'm just grabbing it
Yeah,
by like the base of the blade.
just a solid strength check. I think I'll have you do, albeit unless people feel they can make good arguments for it.
Strength sounds
Because
good.
as in, yeah, if you can make a good argument for athletics and neat, but otherwise, yeah, just do a basic strength check. Oh shit. Okay. You seem to manage to pull this thing out.
Victory!
However, it is the thing seems to rattle a bit. It looks a little uncomfortable, but you do manage to pull it out. I would like you. Okay, before I go on, I'll say that Snook, if you do know that sometimes that if there was to be a sword down here or somewhere like that, it's entirely possible that it might be a misnomer or might be something that's used to maybe get people, if someone were to get this far, for them to maybe go after the sword and not the bow. That is a possibility. But if there's to be a sword down here for any reason, it likely wouldn't necessarily be that this was the place specifically used to store the sword, unless, of course, the sword was here earlier. But either way, I would like Drot to roll a wisdom save as you pull it out. You feel a really weird sensation with this sword. It's kind of real strange, but you kind of overpower it. It was almost kind of like your hand felt really cold for a bit as you held it, but this and like this feeling kind of went up your nerves along your arm and in like a way that's hard to kind of comprehend and understand, but like not necessarily just a physical cold, but you kind of feel like you overpowered that a little bit. Yeah. The blade in your hand is a seemingly a long sword.
Yes.
It is, despite it being, it looks decorative. It does look a little. It doesn't look like it's in the best shape. Like it is look. It looks a bit damaged per se, in some way or another. Not necessarily per se, in like it looks like it's like the blades cracked or anything. It looks like there's like leather binding that's like needs to get fixed up and a couple other things towards the handle. But the general blade itself looks all right and has some odd runes upon it.
Surprised that thing hasn't rusted yet.
The creature seems pleased, albeit it doesn't look. It's entirely possible it might be neutralized despite everything. It doesn't seem to have gotten more aggressive from you doing that, though. So perhaps it is beneficial.
Oh yeah, how far underground are we?
Um, I would like you to do a Arcana or Insight check, or Nature, I guess. But hmm, I feel like I feel like those first two will give easier answers for me.
Ah! Good.
Wait. Actually, wait. I have a quick question. Did Draught ever enter the? Oh wait, this makes sense now. Was Draught ever in the main hall, the Hall of Mossfeller?
No.
Did they
mean,
ever enter there?
I probably would have entered at least once upon being in the villages as well, the main area, but wouldn't have been in there long.
Okay. In that case, you get the idea that you're not exactly sure how deep. However, probably not that deep per se. As in, likely these are the winding tunnels and things. It's entirely possible that you were, or due to the winding tunnels you got from this location, that you are perhaps only a couple feet or maybe 10 feet, or likely not more than 50 feet under the surface, only because there seems to be a weird frosty area where the bow was, and given kind of the aura that you kind of saw along with Snowcap, it kind of looks like that kind of same feel you saw in the in that hall, meaning perhaps this area is literally directly under that hall and possibly not that far down.
Hmm.
Were you
Hey,
hoping this
Frost
was like a hint
Salamander,
or
can
a
I
draw
check the
thing?
tail?
You can't. Do you
Drop's
try?
gonna start wandering back now.
Can I check your tail?
Do you say this in common or what language?
I think I don't know. I'll say it in common.
It seems to look at you. With blade removed, I can speak what? Sorry. With blade removed, I can speak once more in the language of the common folk, which is not of normalcy for me, but it is for me specifically.
Oh,
Is
that's
I'm not sure if you creatures bleed, but will your will that sword being pulled out of your tail be okay? Will the wound be okay?
My icy hide will be resolute. It will freeze over the wounds like nature intends. Thank you, but that blade is not meant to be taken. At least it was stored here for safety. You may want to dispose of it.
I am sorry that one of the people over there attacked Glub Glub.
My child is of great majesty. Thank you for your apology.
well. Now that you appear to be more of a conversationalist, what exactly does the sword do?
It
Dispose of that
entombs
sword.
in
Or oh, you're
ice
here.
much
I'm
in
gonna need.
ways that are unnatural and ways tied to not the gods nor other
Brilliant.
expected evils, but the evils of the Fae.
It's a Feyblade, eh?
In some ways, But it
Mate,
was
I'm gonna need
not
conclusive answers here. What is it?
It
What does it do?
it was
Wait, is it
cursed by an evil hag.
Now you got my interest.
is it written in Sylvian or Elvish?
Neither. It is written in the language of the people here.
Haglish.
No. It was not. It was meant not to be. It was meant to be a blade of a warrior of the sea, of the land, of many things. But cursed was he in his blade long ago. I think several hundred years, but not quite two more. 500 at the most, but I did not live for those.
How should I dispose of it?
That I do not know.
I wouldn't be so hasty as to get rid of it. Might be very useful.
You could place it back within my tail if you wish, but it will succumb my speech, and my bestial implants, or my bestial aspect will emerge fully, truly, once more.
We'll find some way to dispose of it.
I hope. I do know one last thing. Its handle is carved from something of the sea. And whatever that was, it was a gift from one of those from the sea and the sky, whom I feel I have seen their kin more recently, perhaps very recently. As in, I think you've seen one of them.
Are you talking about the water elementals?
No,
Or that thing?
I'm referring to those of the siren. That blade was meant to be a gift from a siren to a man, but was forged mostly by man and dwarf.
I'll hope to see maybe you and Glub Glub sometime.
You shall. Oh, actually, I should make one slight change, as it has human language, but it seems to also have some other language on it. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I was more asking about the runes.
Yeah. Oh, over runes, would be, well, okay, I guess I was kind of mean like Nordic runes, so it kind of would be this language, but I guess you could view that as a mixture of it. Yeah, I guess the runes could be partially human language, partial. Let me read. I would actually say that the runes would be would be a little bit of magic, like runage, a little bit of like language, and a little bit of like maybe some loan words from Druidic and something else. But I mean, it's mostly just meant it had like Nordic runes upon it.
Yeah.
Be on your day.
Yes, what are those those weird crab creatures?
You are you asking the giant salamander?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, perfect. Let me just I have it off the tip of my tongue. Uh, it's um. Oh, okay. One of you know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's I thought I have a token easily accessible. Okay. Dre, what was it? Oh, I can just wait. I told you favorite day. I can just check there. Sorry for everything. I was about to. I can't think of a word off the top of my head. It's the It's not the web. Oh God, what is it called? Uh, Oh, I don't want it to stop it. God, what was it? Cave Fisher. Cave. Oh, it did have cave in it. Why didn't it show up on the search I did? Okay. Okay, yeah, sorry. It is a cave fisher. A cave fisher, but perhaps something, I think, or something more marine, but akin, or perhaps a marine variant of such things.
Interesting.
I sometimes eat them.
What did it taste like?
Spider and crab, but mostly its own. For I have eaten that more than I have spider or crab in recent memory.
Uh, yeah, Grum,
Yes,
let's go.
I'm ready. Well, big eyes fellow, take care of yourself.
I will, as I always have. That
Right.
bow now belongs with you, oh rabbit one. Okay, so you guys move from this cave to the other, and then you enter back into the walrus cave, which seems to be which you see a couple walruses kind of towards certain sides of it, but it's not too big. There's not quite as many in the core area as you were. And then finally, you manage to as you start to leave, how do you want to go about it? As in, you know that you're going to have to dive through water. Is anyone doing anything specific?
Don't have to. We all have water
I
breathing
for
for 24 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if anyone was taking off anything or trying to do anything
Uh,
to avoid anything getting wet or anything like that.
no.
No.
Which I guess you guys already kind of had, but unless I'm forgetting, like if anyone did anything special.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Um.
pretty good.
We'll do the normal, like, single file, like, oh, follow me.
Okay. So you guys managed to kind of get through. It is cold, and it's uncomfortably cold. Um. You, if you feel like uh, I'm gonna have who. Let's see. Who has? I will have. This time around, because of kind of the nature of things, I want. Hmm, I'm just going to say that some of you feel particularly cold as you kind of exit. Do anyone try to? Albeit certain people I feel would feel less cold than others. And I think most of you already know who you are. Uh, do you guys try once you kind of get out and start to kind of awkwardly climb up amongst the cliffside and onto into back into the settlement, or do any of you try to do anything normative to warm yourself up, or non-normative?
Uh,
I
I
shall use prestidigitation to dry myself.
Okay. It
I
seems
do
to
the
help.
same.
You're still a little chilly, but it helps get the water off. To be clear, kind of eases your sensations. If it were farther into winter, the water would be a little bit colder, although it's still cold right now, especially due to how north you are. But it's if you perhaps stayed in a little longer, hypothermia would be a definitive possibility. Meta-wise, in the future, I may be a little more harsh how I go about things like this, especially maybe in terms of river crossings, but we'll see. Either way, I'll say that generalistically, unless you guys do something, the risk of getting hypothermia or something is kind of high if you don't do anything. Okay. otherwise, you are back in Mossfilter. Um,
I'm just curious, Ian. That's a new mechanic you're introducing to the game. What is your intended way of mitigating that? Because I cannot functionally think of a way to rapidly dry and heat ourselves up beyond the magical means we just mentioned.
it's not really meant to be a new mechanic per se. It's just kind of a way to deal with normative environmental conditions via like kind of roleplay means. As in, if you had a blanket per se, or if you perhaps had a blanket that was warm, or in some way you were able to keep that up, or if you have
I mean, that too
blankets
would be
that might
wet
be
now.
in a like a bag of holding that are definitely going to be dry, or really any normal way to deal with it.
Okay.
I have a
If you had spells that like daylight, I don't think daylight heats things up, but it
No.
can actually, yeah, that would probably not be relevant. But yeah, not daylight. But
Fireball.
certain things, just normal stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a blankie, and I will wrap myself in that blanket.
Okay.
The
Well, that seems
blanket
to
is
help
also
you.
wet.
Okay.
Dang it.
So you guys now kind of stand along the coast a little bit, right by Oler's Gate, which is again a like partially destroyed or damaged like archway of sorts that kind of it might have been a portal at some point next to a carved statue of Uller, the god of winter, archery, skiing, skating, and a couple other, and survival and hunting and a couple other things. Definitely hunting. Hunting's a big one in there. But yeah, you see, some people had kind of pointed around to kind of check on you, almost as if like ultimately it's not necessarily that like the settlement isn't that big, so when a group of people kind of get to one edge of it and kind of do something, and then kind of spear, people kind of take notice. And I would say that it does become kind of clear to you that there are a couple people kind of, looking around. Namely, let me get the token up. I have it up. Where is it? There is a woman in like a little bit of chainmail. Here with what looks to be some type of face paint that seems to be standing out around. It's unclear if she's looking for you or maybe trying to just figure out why some people were out here, or maybe she had some particular purpose. However, Snowcap, you would know that this is a one of the other guards of a town, or more specifically, this guard works directly under the leader of the town, Scotton. And next to them is a other somewhat familiar face. Let me just make sure, check one thing real quick so I don't wrong. Whom you would know as Inham, whom some of you look to, and it's rather apparent that this is maybe the only other Harengon in the settlement, or really the only other Harengon you've seen in a while, because NoCap is the first Harengon you've seen in quite a bit, especially since Abaddon's no longer in the party, because they're the last person to have seen one. Yeah. What do you guys do? Do you guys kind of move back into the settlement proper? Do you talk to anyone? Otherwise, people do seem to kind of be standing far enough that they don't look like they're directly going to like question you immediately or anything, but there's just a couple people like 15 to 20 feet away from where you currently are, just kind of like just kind of staying around and seeing what you were doing.
Oh, by the way, it's pronounced Ham instead of Ham.
Ham. Okay, in Ham. Okay.
Yeah, Wang A.
Alright, people, I'll be very honest. I'm freezing my ass off. I'd like to get inside somewhere warm, private, because I'd like to discuss a few things with you. And it seems that we're already dragging a crowd around, so I'd rather do it quick than delay any further.
Yeah. Will be do you need anything?
Something warm, preferably.
Jeez.
Mate, look at me. I'm fucking skin and bone. There's no fat on me. I'm not like you. I'm not built of blubber. I'm
They said,
freezing.
BM.
I think they said
Yeah,
cheese.
you need something.
I think Drought said they needed cheese. I don't know what you
Oh.
heard, but that's what I heard.
I apologize for my outburst. I'm simply very cold, and I like some cheese as well. Can you forgive me, laddie?
Weak, soft skin.
Maybe I was wrong.
Broad little bitch you are.
Wait, you're cold-blooded.
Be
Drought has actually going through this the worst out of everyone. This is my mentality right now.
Meta-wise, I have heard an argument that dragons in D&D are monotremes, so take that as you will.
Sure, dragons maybe, but kobolds?
Kobolds are dragon people, kind of.
If you want to be super accurate, they're quite literally born from dragon scale, that is, in terms of mythology.
Interesting, that's neat. I did not know that.
Me neither.
They were literally born to be the servants of the dragons.
That sounds like dragon propaganda to me.
Yeah.
Yes, no, if we could, I'm freezing as well. I could thoroughly use a warmth.
Well,
Snow,
guess what? I have a house here.
could we make use of it for shelter, please?
Yes, please. I can
Yeah.
feel my bones fucking turning blue.
Okay. You guys start to move inland, back into this settlement. However,
Big woman.
as you kind of move, or more so, kind of as you kind of move around, some of you kind of do look back, and you do notice, or not to say you hadn't already, but there is across the bay some type of structure. It almost looks like a little tower with like something next to it, but there does look to be this, given the general location, any landmark is of note. Given like you've been kind of prior to this, you did walk through a large like empty tundra largely. So structures of any kind out here is kind of notable. But yeah, so you managed to get back into the settlement. Some people kind of look around. As you kind of move back, you do see Inham kind of wave as you kind of move back into the town. Perhaps that's in good conscience or not, albeit they might have an idea of what's going on. You all reach Snowcap's cabin, which you all can get in, but it does get a bit crowded given the number of people there. Not to say it wasn't crowded previously, but it's just a thing of note.
Is it like just a box? I'm sorry, the proper word was square. Is it just a single square room?
I would say it is. There'd probably be a secondary side room, like maybe not to say it'd be a bathroom perhaps, but maybe like a large closet space that might be enough to like have some people in there. But yeah, it's basically one large room with a small secondary room.
Okay.
Unless of course Snowcap, you had like something more specific than that.
They're devaluing your home right now. They're slashing your property. Just
I
say
mean,
you
it's
had
not.
a bedroom, 4
Devavu
bath.
is outside anyway, so.
Norlis, if there's a fire pit, starts tending to the fire pit or fireplace. Just absentmindedly trying to get the room warmer.
Yeah.
There is a bit of snow on the ground outside, but it's in
Wait.
patches. It's definitely.
I did. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can I retcon us going to This is for fun. This isn't super important if people say no. But can I retcon? I was actually saying I want to go to Snowcap's house. I'm just gonna say, and you guys can say yes or no. Actually have a spell I've been meaning to use that could easily accommodate our group. If we could go to a place where there's some modicum of space.
Look, as long as it's out of the fucking wind.
I mean, there's space right there. Oh, fucking
I
god.
was thinking the same thing actually. Now that I'm looking at the map. So right here, before we actually make it back into the town proper, Nornalis unfortunately spends 10 minutes.
Where'd you
Rubbing two bricks
so-
together.
Huh?
Yeah, where do you go to do that? So
right here,
where did you
right
ping?
here, right here.
Okay.
I
So that
figured-
is where the people were kind of gathered. So people would just be watching you do that. And okay. Does everyone do that, or does some people just kind of give up and go to Snowcap's house? It's
I-
10 minutes.
Drop will wait.
I'm trusting Nornless here.
And I don't feel the cold, so
The cold doesn't bother me anyway.
anyway. Yeah, we're
Oh, quick question.
Yes.
ready to get a copyright strike.
Shivavu, are you still a cat?
It doesn't matter
Nice.
for the if case that's why you're asking for me.
Well, I'm not asking for you.
No,
Um,
like I'm
I
talking.
don't-
No, I'm talking like space wise. Like it doesn't matter if they're large. Is what I meant to say.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm waiting.
It's
everyone is
probably
waiting.
just
Okay,
it's
good.
probably gonna be faster to go to my house.
Possibly,
I'm
but I
curious.
wanted Zevin to
And
be
more
able to be
private, but-
inside.
Oh, for this that, yeah.
I have the feeling I know what it is, so I'm curious.
Probably while this is happening, I want to talk to Bea.
So
Bea. Okay.
no, go ahead. I can do this after. No, I can go after.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of doing that, like you go walk to Bea, but it does look like Bea was about to kind of walk up and ask you guys anyway, but you end up kind of getting halfway. What's I have some understanding of what may have happened, but what's going on?
Probably going to be leaving the village for a while.
That's why I said I had some understanding. This is part of Gaida's plan for you, correct?
Yes.
Do you know how long it will be before people notice the aesthetic changes? Or do you not truly
Well-
realize the significance of what this is, of you're doing?
Hmm.
If you're uncertain, I'll let you roll for what she's referring to, I'll let you roll an Arcana check.
I can probably guess what she's referring to, but I'm just trying to think what Snowcap would say.
While you're thinking about, what are you gonna say, Norlis?
Everyone,
yeah.
you all watch Norlis reach into his component pouch and pull out 4 different things: a thin lead rod, a thin glass rod, a bundle of cotton, and a fine powdered crystal in a small very small bag, a small pouch. And he over the next 10 minutes is tracing, first with the lead rod in the ground, a intricate series of shapes and runes and as he's tracing them in the dirt, each of them illuminates like a pen on paper, drawing onto the ground itself. He goes over once more with the glass, making extra runes in additional places that too light up in a separate different color. He arranges the cloth as a perimeter of this runed symbol that he is making on the ground, and pinching like a set like a tablespoon of salt wood into a dish, he sprinkles powdered crystal over the entirety of this rune sigil that he has constructed on the ground over the 10-minute period. And and all of a sudden 4 walls start to raise around the entire group. And he's going functionally as big as it can be. And we are in a 100-foot by 100-foot fully furnished room.
You are, yeah, I would say if you're doing it where I think you guys are, it would probably just big enough to like kind of make it so people can't really get to Ulr's Gate if they want to.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
That's not my intention. Just
okay. I'm not saying. Yeah, either way, our point is, it is. You are a little corner, so it would take up a decent amount of space. Given how small of a kind of this area is meant to be, that actually would be. I probably should have. I think the scale of is a little bit confusing, but it is meant to be a relatively small area. But yeah, that would basically clog up this area. You might even go into the water a little bit. But yeah,
I cannot
yeah.
see the reality of the world that is being envisioned for me. I would be doing this in
If
a
the
non.
scales, I tried to use this. Oh wait. Oh wait, I take it back. I think actually now I think about it, the houses are probably the best thing to base it off of. So if that's what that's probably, so yeah, I would probably be enough space actually when I think about it, albeit just barely.
I don't think the spell makes it furnished. Unless unless I'm not reading a part of it.
I might have made that part up. I didn't do it purposefully. I thought it said it.
Yeah,
That's why I'm confusing it with another spell. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm confusing it with Galdur's Tower. I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
That-
Ian doesn't
yeah.
like that spell.
I used to have that spell banned for a previous game I ran.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Good spell.
because like it was too I thought it basically took away from like certain survival aspects of the campaign at the time,
No, I suppose.
which
It's a great spell.
Okay,
So,
but yeah. I'm gonna say there's at least a fucking fireplace in here.
You didn't
Please.
make one, just fucking throw some sticks. Press hesitation on it to dry them out, light on fire.
But we
Alright,
are
so
in a
this
very
wall-
large single bodied room that can accommodate all of us easily.
okay.
Oh, fucking divine.
So this corner of the settlement is now dominated by this large structure. Snowball, as you kind of you're
Snowcap.
chatting with, sorry guys, yeah, Snowcap, we're gonna get back to you as you what would you like to say? Unless you want me to skip this thing if it's if you didn't come up with anything, or I can just move to the next sentence.
Well, I'll not be here to notice it myself.
What does that mean? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I understand. I just mean that the presence of the Ulrich Hall, its change may have a great significance in these times, but given that we already have at least some guaranteed protection, perhaps it won't be as meaningful as a symbol of our strength. At least, albeit I do know that someday you return, and this is a good resting place for that bow if you choose, albeit I know that it's perhaps there's other places it may wish to be. Either way, I respect the wishes of Gaida and also your own. Do what is right. And as she says that, Inham would kind of silently they kind of wave, but they look to you. They don't. It seems they kind of have a clear understanding of what's happening. They do look. It's clear, but they kind of expect this to happen at some point, but perhaps not so soon. They look a little sad almost, but they try to bow, as they look at you. And it's a little awkward, but not quite. But it's more of it feels like they aren't sure what to really on what to really even say in this moment. But they just seem to try to show a sign of respect to you.
Inham, I would like to give you my longbow. Snowcap hands the longbow.
Really? They say, like, kind of surprisingly, you were. I mean, not to say you're a silent person per se, but you weren't quite expecting him to speak, to break that silence. There's this tinge of sadness to it, but also a tinge of excitement and perhaps honor, maybe.
But before Snowcap gives it, do you think Snowcap would know their name in Sylvian, even though he doesn't speak Sylvian because their hair and gone?
Yeah, I think it's okay for you to know a couple words in languages you don't know.
Snowcap just kind of etches with, like, I don't know, a claw or like a dagger. His name in Sylvian on a part of the bow. And then gives it to Inham.
Thank you. I'll remember you always, albeit I know you'll return someday, or perhaps sooner than later. I know you have various tasks and things you wish to do and to see the world, but I your presence meant much. You meant much to me. Thank you. Yeah. They say a little awkwardly, not really sure what they could say in this moment because they're a little, again, they're a little awkward at this at what do they do here, but they do seem rather glad that you've given them a token to remember you by, and also something to kind of as a next step in their proving their worth to the village. Okay. As that kind of exchange ends, there is a number of people kind of looking kind of around the structure kind of increases a little bit as people start to kind of notice that something strange is afoot right outside the village, like right by the village. And quite a few people are there. Some of the there's a couple Goliaths even from the, albeit they mostly don't look like the people that were in the exchange, and I'll recall from some of your memory. Who look a little distraught, but they seem to perhaps have been some of the few refugees from Flat Elk that may have been here. Okay, and now we send back to the people in the structure. What are you guys doing? I could put on different music if you would like. I have something in mind. Unless you prefer Nordic City. Let's see.
Warming up and waiting for Snowcap to come inside so that we can talk as a group. Apparently, Yagram has stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I think Snowcap can come inside by now.
Okay, you see Snowcap into the structure with and kind of you see there's now more people, like as the door kind of opens, you see assuming there's a door, you see more people kind of outside, a little bit more people kind of standing around. Obviously, just villagers who are intrigued what's going on. Not a huge amount because this isn't that big of a village, but a decent number of people who do live here are kind of looking around.
You know, I think I just made up the entirety of this spell. Actually, like I'm
Is the
reading.
size not that big?
No, it doesn't appear like that's actually fucking what I thought it was.
It's
At
just a wall.
all.
Okay, we can I'm fine with kind of keeping this, but also fine with reformatting it. What is the spell? Just for
It's
the sake of things,
basically
I
just nobody can fucking scry on you other like bullshit. It's not an actual
Wait.
structure like I
Wait,
fucking
really?
thought it
That
was.
changes things hugely. Okay,
Yeah,
actually,
no. I'm aware.
Is it like a? Is it just look? Does it have any appearance?
I have no fucking
yeah.
clue. I totally thought this was Galder's Tower, I guess, and I just completely
What?
fucking bit the bullet and fucked up.
It makes a dark. The warded area
I
appears
wouldn't
like
have
a
done.
dark
I wouldn't have
foggy.
done this.
Okay, so
I
that
feel
works.
so
And
fucking
that's a better
stupid.
thing.
No,
If
because
it was a dark fog,
it
it still
doesn't do
attracts people.
it doesn't do what I intended for it to do, which was be big enough for an interior, like it be an actual structure that we could all warm up in. And now it's not because.
Do you want to play it off as normalist making a mistake, or do you want to like retcon it, or
His brain's a bit cold.
Retcon it.
A private sanctum. Okay.
Yeah, just re-retcon it. I didn't fucking do any of that.
So we're chilling in.
Oh, boy. That's a big retcon. Okay, fine. I'll say that Snowcap still talked to some people, just less people showed up around. But yeah, Snowcap still did his talk, and you guys ended up going back to Snowcap's cabin. I guess that works with Jebba. Awesome.
Stay outside, you filthy animal, because no Galder's Tower for you.
I feel bad. Okay, yeah.
Next level up, time to pick it up.
I'm a cat still.
Meow.
Got
Okay, yeah.
a little bit of time left on that.
I said what I said.
I know what I said, and I meant it.
Fucking sad boys. Alright,
I hear we have things to discuss.
we're in Snowcap's house.
Yeah.
First thing, before we do anything else, we should get rid of that sword that Drott pulled out. It's cursed.
That seems reasonable.
Can't we identify it and see what the curse actually is?
It's going to suggest the same.
I want to know what that bow does as well.
Is anyone
is-
holding it besides the Drott who originally held it?
No.
Drott is absent-mindedly chewing on the handle.
Oh, in that case, roll a con save.
Oh fuck.
What did you get?
15.
Okay. You just barely I would say that your like teeth are going a little numb. It feels like at first you kind of thought like, okay, this kind of is a little cold, but not really. It has this weird sensation to it. But like as you kind of do it, like you kind of start to lose sensation in your mouth a little bit, and your mouth feels kind of weirdly cold. It was kind of cool for a moment because it didn't like have quite the normal effect of just like, I don't know, slobbering on like a cold icy pole or something your tongue stuck on it. But it was close to that, so maybe it was interesting. But yeah, now your tongue is a little bit frozen at the moment.
Oh, Drott, for Pete's sake, take that thing out of your mouth.
I mean, none of us can identify one. I can do the other, no?
Yes.
Will you also be so we have a bow and the sword, okay. Alright.
I don't think we need to identify what specifically that curse is. Like,
if you cast identify, I believe mechanically it will say
It does
has
not
a
show
curse.
curses.
Oh, I thought it said it if it has a curse. It won't specify what
No.
the curse is, right?
No, I
Really?
can tell you that it's got a curse or not. I'm like
Oh.
pretty sure.
Okay, good. In that case, that helps. Okay.
because it would kind of defeat the purpose
You
of a
could
curse. If
still
someone just
identify
goes,
if it's a magic blade, but yeah.
Yeah. you know what it is, you just don't know if it's cursed or not.
How does one identify a curse then?
I don't remember, but like
There's
I'm
other
pretty
spells.
sure.
I don't think there is.
I can identify it by the fact that
Oh.
the salamander told me.
I had
True.
a quick segue. I have a friend of mine, named Hunter. Hunter's ran a game once where he basically had some rules that got rid of certain spells and changed how certain spells worked. And I believe they made it so remove curse, instead of just removing the curse, identified the curse. Maybe remove curse normally might include something. I'm surprised. Either way, this kind of leaves you with more different means to do it in case, at least for this, I can come up with some better thing long term in case there's not a thing in 5e. But since you know that it had some origins with, well, a hag of some kind, maybe looking for a hag could be what means you learn the curses. Hags would be creatures that would be familiar with curses quite a bit. Albeit I did think there was a spell that identified a curse.
I think we should chuck it into the sea.
First, see what it does.
Think you are rather trusting. Just because someone says something is does not mean it is. And it doesn't even have to be dishonesty neither. It could be just ignorance, lack of knowing, misunderstanding.
Fear.
I mean, we saw the change in the ice salamander. It can now speak common and said that if for some reason it was stabbed back with the sword, it would return to its like bestial instincts and no longer be able to speak common.
I have
There was
no.
also
I can't wield a sword, so I don't truly care. But it's up to you to convince Mr. Drott to relinquish
Yeah.
it. He
I don't think the
seems
risk is worth it. I think we should just check it.
Yes,
Drop,
no, sure.
drop it.
He's still holding it.
Drop it.
You have no authority over me.
Was that noise him putting it back in his mouth?
Yes.
All right.
Your funeral. Okay.
Okay, so quick thing, are you guys, as you guys are talking, is anyone, or is the other person, sorry, is Sardonyx, using identifying but both the U-Bolt Lure?
Sure.
It's up to Snowcap, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Or Snook, yeah, that's
No, I mean, like, they have to relinquish the weapon, like, because you have to kind of, like, hold it or be
I
standing.
mean, I just learned how to touch it for
Yeah.
a minute.
Which is, does Snowcap let you do that?
Should ask Snowcap.
I think we've asked Snowcap. We just haven't gotten an answer.
Well, fine, you can hold an end of it.
Okay. I will cast Identify.
Drott will hand the sword to Nautilus for it to be identified.
Oh, let's see, okay, Nautilus grabs a glove and puts it on as he just lightly touches it through the glove. And also spends the next 11 minutes dusting it with an owl's feather and looking at it through a pearl like one would a jeweler's magnifying glass to identify the sword.
Okay. There we go. I will first post the. Okay, so which would you want me to do first? Post. I have. Well, I'll just post the bow first, unless you think that makes less sense.
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Okay. I was saying because I have that slightly more ready. There we go.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
they
oh
always
wait, no
work out
shit. Like,
curses through
wait.
trial and error, by the way.
Oh wait, there's one thing I gotta fix. Give me actually a second. Okay. Look, I realized actually I hadn't finished one aspect of that, so I'll post. I have one. I'm gonna add one additional ability to the U-bowler. Sorry, the U-bow, and a second. Um, just
You'll
keep
be
that in
able to
mind.
summon a U-boat.
No. And don't worry, I will add that ability very soon, like in
Yeah.
a minute. Literally, I just need to rewrite something real quick. Uh. And then the sword is a, well, it seems to be a a +2 longsword that has a particular name and has an additional ability called the Blade of a Bond between Ulrich and Lys. That's the name of the sword. It is a +2 longsword that additionally does 1d4 cold damage. Okay, and also quick meta question, or not question, a meta statement, I guess. I do believe in the past I have identified curses on items via the identify spell. I think I may, for a different campaign, I'll probably change it up, but for the time being, and I may switch this in the future if I come up with something cool or I realize I wanna, or something else. But I think what I'll do is I'll say that you will know if an item is cursed or not via the identify spell.
Okay.
And in some cases, you'll get the full thing. There was one item which I kind of feel like in the past, I gave the curse out, and actually one of you have it currently. So yeah. And the curse applied to it is called the curse of. Oh shit! Wait. Where was? Oh crap! Now I have to actually get this up. I'm sorry. This- this- Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, yeah. The curse of frost and pain born from that of Gretskilda. Not Gretchilda, but Gretskilda. I'll even type it in the channel.
I was about to say, I'm just waiting for you to actually post the item description.
Oh, sorry. I'll post that real quick. It was very basic, but yeah. Here, Gretskilda. Okay. Curse of frost and pain born from that of Gretskilda. Okay. But yeah, the item description, just quick thing is, I'll just put it in there. It is literally a +2. Where was the
+2 bag sitter.
bag sitter? What?
Sitting in the bag for until I decide to use it or sell it.
Let's see. +2 longsword. And it's got that curse. Okay, so you know that. And additionally, you guys can start to continue your discussion while I'm doing this, by the way. That's kind of what I intended.
The bow is still missing its string, so
Yeah, so
should be around here at some location.
So, are we all ready?
Where are we going to be off to?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to have a quick discussion about a few things. Then I'd say we could take a nice little sauna break. I don't know. What do you people like to do in your spare time?
I like to read.
Well, you can
Gather
read.
funds for my kingdom.
You could get a job then.
My job is the king.
How's that paying?
Whatever's on people's bodies.
That sounds like grave robbing. I'll let you keep your dream, buddy.
It's not
Keep your
grave robbing if it's an honourable duel between me and their unconscious body in their bed.
Alright, I'm getting off topic.
Left corner of the screen. Normalists will remember that.
Okay, look. Very simple. I have a very, very easy question for you people to answer. I was led to believe, from the few rumors I heard of you, that you were in. That you had quite a vast collection of powerful artifacts. Yet in that cave, I didn't see any of that. Was I led astray? Or are you people just not prone to using them?
Hmm.
Certain what you heard about us, but we have magic items we use, but
Nonetheless, Lally, I think you know what I'm talking about. The group with the blue tiefling, the walking suit of fire, the siren, and the fuck. You get
if
it.
you're trying to remember what Ace is, you don't need to know what Ace is. I don't think they would have been. I think this knowledge of them generally would probably have been known from a little bit when they kind of exited the Vetberg, though. I think.
And the Furbolg. They have, in vastly short time, managed to create a rather big uproar wherever they walked. One of them walking with a golden glittering axe no one should be able to touch except for the rightful family. The other, the other is a walking suit of fire, and there's only one thing that can create living fire, and that's the fire of Serta.
We tell him about the plane of fire.
Yeah, but they're usually, how do I say this, not very sentient. They're mostly daft idiots.
That sounds very plainist to me.
Call it what you want. If I am led to believe that you people want to kill Durak, you're gonna have to beef up.
I mean, you can just poison his water supply.
You go ahead and try and do that. Then you'll have an army to contend with. And not just that, an army that's gonna be very pissed that you just poisoned their boss.
I mean, he'll be dead.
Yeah, their boss will be. The one that's keeping the reins on them.
I mean, if you just poison, water supply, I think more than just him will be dead.
Yeah.
Managed to get there.
And, I mean,
there's gonna be thousands of eyes on you.
Cheeky bit of flying, cheeky bit of
And what about the
invisibility.
downstream of the water supply?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the other people. You're not just gonna be poisoning one army, you're gonna be poisoning about 100 more.
100 armies taken care of then.
100 that could be fighting by our side. Who are your guys' allies?
Me, myself, and I.
That's a
And
shit
Derek.
start.
Oh,
Do you have-
You shouldn't discount Derek.
I'm not. Who's Derek?
Oh, some guy I met him a while ago.
Well, he sounds like
You
a
a-
terrifying enemy. Sincerely, if you guys
Derek,
want
the
to
storm giant.
the fucking what now?
Derek, the storm giant. Lovely chap.
I'm not even going to question how you got to talk to a storm giant. Nah. Then again, that is a rather big boon. Now back to the point. If we're gonna want to kill Durak, end his tyranny, end his threat, we're gonna have to take this serious. We can go around and go adventure, being adventurers, getting ancient laws and artifacts and God knows what power, but we're gonna need a plan.
First, pay
I
off some
agree.
drow hookers. Second, drow poison. Third, we party with the drow hookers. Fourth, profit.
I'll keep that in mind.
It's times like this I wish I was able to learn the silent spell.
I mean, we could put a muzzle on him.
I don't think that would
I
shut
do
him
have
up.
that ability.
Okay.
Let-
Yes, no, I don't disagree that a plan is a good idea. We need a more direction to make a plan, I think. Right now it's just a lofty idea.
A goal. It's a goal.
Semantics, but yes. A lofty goal, and this isn't, from the sounds of it, a small undertaking. So it's not something that we can just sit down and hammer off in an hour. It's going to take time. It's going to take trust. It's going to take resources, and we are lacking in 2 or 3 of those categories currently.
Exactly. Now, here's the question. Do we wait until everything falls into place from the heavens? Or do we make moves to make sure we can get alliances, get the items we need, get the bonds we need? Are we gonna wait, or are we gonna act?
I mean, I'm not saying we're planning on sitting around, but it sounds like you have the semblance of a plan, so why don't you speak forthright?
Well, I have been working on this since I have first took notice of that old menace. Now, I'll be honest, it's still a fairly crude plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. Do any of you know the story of Brunhilde and Fafnir?
Wait, so that I do, yes.
Then you know that along comes a hero. The hero who slays Fafnir, takes Brunhilde for himself, and has the dragons and Odin's Horde for himself. I am not interested in Brunhilde nor in Siegfried. I am, however, interested in Fafnir. Now, Fafnir is a wicked old bugger. However, with whatever that old creature drags and protects, I think there is a key. A key that'll get us to a certain horn. Now that horn, that beautiful thing. Oh fuck, I forgot his name.
Shit.
Heimdall. The horn of Heimdall. If we get his horn, and as far as I understand, it has great swing on the minds of lesser creatures. Great
Like
swing.
yourself.
course. My wee bugger. It has great sway on the lands. And most importantly, it is one of 3 essential keys that could help us contact the very gods themselves.
Insight check.
Also,
Roll an intelligence
Normless,
check to see if
roll
you're smart
history
of the
check.
quest or not.
I feel like anyone saying they can contact the gods.
Well, you never heard
Is-
of a warlock? I'm a paladin.
Is pretty suspicious.
Is it? I guess needing necessary. I guess you could frame it. Given your character's age, they probably have met paladins before, and you could frame it per se. I would say that you would get the idea of like, that's a thing that some clerics and paladins can kind of do, but you might be a little suspicious on like the specific means, perhaps. Like it might be like, okay, why need these? Maybe it's a unique way of doing that. Maybe there's a better way of contacting. You're not quite sure, but it's understandable to you could maybe be a little uncertain about that. Okay, quick thing before you do that, Normless, with the history, you would know that that particular item is a Frick Fairy that for a while now the Svarb clan has claimed to have had access to. However, there's a lot of dispute whether they have it now for a lot of reasons. Some people claim they haven't had it for hundreds of years, and that they've been kind of lying out of shame. That's group A. And group B is that some people think that if they did have it, it recently must have been very recently stolen or stolen the last couple of months by the Alton Kingdom. And group, I guess, I mean, that would be group B or group 2. I mean, group 3 is like saying, hey, they may have had it like a long time ago, but like, who knows where it is? If they've had it a couple hundred years ago, whatever, it likely is in like some ruins or maybe even like the like rest time I have it. Basically, the actual like where it is completely unknown at the moment. It could be anywhere. Albeit you have a way out. Okay. All right. Now, so I'd say, Drot, you're questioning this. You are uncertain of. Wait. Am I brain farting here? Do you normally roll a persuasion in regards to it, like to defend an insight?
It depends what he's trying to do. Is he trying to persuade me, or is he lying to me first? Is the question.
No.
You don't think he is? You don't.
Yeah. That's the nature of it. Yes, you would roll any insight is basically against any like check, except any charisma check, except performance. Even then, you can still do it against performance. So yes, if the nature of what I'm saying is not a lie, it would be persuasion.
Ian, you were saying?
Oh, sorry. Just I was just checking something real quick. Sorry. I would say that. So you said. Let me just quickly confirm. I'll just send the thing.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
I think that, from my understanding. Yeah. What's hilarious?
He rolled a nat 20 persuasion check and then a nat 1 deception check.
Why can you see that?
Because you rolled it publicly.
I literally
I rolled
it
it
to GM.
to
What the
GM.
fuck?
I literally checked it to GM. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the? It says to GM.
Am I the only one who
Yeah.
sees it?
You
No,
shouldn't have.
I see it as well.
Okay, cool.
What
It's
the
not just
fuck?
me.
Why? Okay, I ruined that moment. I'm sorry. I didn't think that would. I think that
You're
that's
fine.
supposed to
I thought
work.
he was lying anyway, so this.
I'm to be clear. This is before I asked them if they're lying. They could be truthful. I'm not. I just wanted to do that just in case they were. But like, I'll guess I'll muddy
fine.
the waters as much as I can. I'm trying to muddy the waters here to save grace here. Really? Can you guys see? Can you see any of these rolls right now?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
Why?
tried to roll a d4 to the DM.
I saw that. Why can't
We
you
don't
guys
see that. We don't see the
Okay.
D4.
Let me see something. This is an issue. That's bad.
I think if you
All
roll it from the
players-
character sheet, it might
it's
just
supposed to
send
work.
straight.
Wait,
It's supposed to send to the GM.
oh,
I don't know why it's
do
doing
you
that.
have this option enabled on his sheet? Does it look like this? Because if
Yeah,
not,
I clicked to GM. Oh, let me. Oh, what? Which option? Let me see. Do you screenshot or something?
yeah, I just put in campfire. It's
Okay.
loading. Take forever to load. Just click to public and then to back to GM and see if that fixes it. Maybe it just didn't select properly. Nope.
Yeah, hold on. I will roll to GM and see.
No.
Did I see that?
I rolled to GM and I think that worked.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Just
mine
my
to
sheet?
GM worked as well.
Is it just my sheet?
Wait. Instead of Ian rolling it, Cheesecake, you roll it.
Cheesecake was the person who rolled it initially.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, you did roll the. Okay, I thought.
I had asked him to do that
Understood.
without like. I probably because it was in GM role. It was like even if they technically weren't lying, it was just a way for me to check test that out. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting it from you guys. Why is it Cheesecake's sheet?
I don't know. We can figure that out later, though. It's not.
Don't auto roll. Yeah, we can. Sure. Okay. Oh, I see. Never roll whisper rolls. Whisper toggle.
Oh, yeah, no, you need to have that on.
What? Why is it that I had that on, but I already had the whisper toggle option? That's bizarre.
Because when you turn advantage
Not supposed to work
toggle
like
on, you had to turn off like several things on for them all to work properly.
That's okay. I thought if you had whisper never. Oh, I thought it was like if you have a never roll whisper rolls, you can't have the GM option at all. Okay, that explains it. Okay. Either
Roll
way,
40
let's get
roll,
back to the thing.
Yeah, now it works.
What I would. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel bad.
Oh god,
but,
oh god,
okay.
oh god, if it happens.
Okay, you feel like what I'll say to kind of save the situation is and call me out if you feel like this is an improper way of describing this, because I guess I don't. You feel Drot, that there's some uncertainty or something in what he's saying that is a little out there, as in there's truth in what his words, but it's either an indirect truth or something that's maybe folded in a way to misconstrue. And whatever it is, it might be big. It seems to be something of significance. I'll say it, as in basically there is definitely a mistruth in what they said while still retaining truth through technicality. That's what you kind of feel like. That's your feeling here in the way they're saying this.
I find your lack of faith lacking, Paladin.
What god do you pray to?
Myself.
Didn't see you in my studies.
I see, it's a very niche religion. Bit of a startup.
I see. Well, look, all I'm saying is, from everything that I've researched, that's our best shot.
It's not a bad first point to focus towards. I
Exactly.
do think that there are. I don't know where that is. I don't assume you know where that is. So that is an entire journey in itself that we can work towards while we are aiding the rest of the group in doing what they need to do.
There's a dragon in O's cave, yo.
I mean, to be fair, it has been something I've been doing while journeying with this group.
Yes.
Making alliances, that is. Also, Yagom seemed to mention about our powerful items. However, there's only two of us from that original group here, and we have been the two that have least used magical items, I would say, to an extent.
Wait. You didn't take the items?
Why would we? Do I look like a sword or axe wielder to you?
No, but you look like a
Likewise.
scholar, like an intellectual. As far as I understand, the nitwit with the blue horns is, as said, a nitwit. Good heart, bad head. You're gonna let him wield an axe that is known for.
Listen,
I don't know if
he
he does
might
that.
have a bad head, but we trust him after all of our adventures, that is.
Unlike certain other people.
And they are our friend. We are not going to disarm them when they are separating from us.
Okay, apologies for my outburst. That it is simply very frustrating. I've been with groups for a lot of my life, groups of 2 to 60, and most of them hadn't even ever seen an item like that. Hearing of a group with actual competence, it's I don't know the tiefling, the fireman, the pink guy. I don't know them. I'll be honest. It's just an outsider looking in. Of course, my initial reaction is gonna be, of course you're gonna take it off of them, but I understand they're friends. You trust them. It just makes this a lot harder now.
I mean, all in all, your idea is grand, and I do say, based on some of our knowledge, we could find more items. Like, there is potentially one that I want to look for that is south of here in some ruins.
I mean, you could go to Wet Elk.
That
Door.
is where I plan on going, yes.
Before we go anywhere, I'd
The
like
Cave
to.
of Os. Os Cave.
What?
I would like, okay, quick thing, just before, well, just a couple things. Snowcap, when I mention Oz Cave, I want you to roll a history or nature check. Are you here, Snowcap?
Sanity check.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
You have heard rumors that there's two things about that cave that people know of. Is one, there's the rumor that it goes down to the Underdark. That's whether that's true or not is uncertain. Because of the second thing, which is that it is widely believed that there is a very large dragon in that cave. Like as in, if you go in that cave and you try to get the Underdark, you gotta go for that dragon. It might be sleeping or whatnot, but people tend to avoid that cave like the plague because they don't want to wake that dragon in there. It's unclear if that's actually true. It could be a fallacy or it could be a misunderstanding. But has been a general trend in the folklore and the natural understanding of the region that there is a big dragon there.
Bad idea.
Albeit not necessarily the only place with a big dragon, but that place is known for having a big dragon, if true. Okay.
Bad idea, guys.
Okay, look, before we go anywhere, I'd like to make a quick tally. What Ferric Fairy do we have? And for those of us who don't have any, which ones are you planning on getting?
For reference, Norlis is actively wearing an eye patch, so his eye is not seen. Just so everyone else is aware of that.
Oh no.
I thought he just combed over his head, give him a fucking emo fringe.
Nah, man, he's got Norlis got dreads. He couldn't do that if he wanted to.
Well, I mean, he could. It would just be very awkward.
It would look so ugly. Oh my god.
You're hiding something there. No.
No.
It's not a phase.
I have one.
I have two.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I'm assuming Snowcap.
I have to assume that is a.
Okay, I've already said there's at least one of them. Which
Okay.
which was that there's the string for Verbo, albeit once you list out things, people might open their eyes to certain stuff. Who hasn't spoken?
Javabu?
Oh, yeah,
Trevor's
Trevor's a cat right now, and
Trevor's-
outside. Oh, yeah, inside.
Trevor's
There's
a cat. Mr.
Yeah,
Trevorbu, just
inside.
nod yes for each one that you do or don't have, or shake your head no if you have none.
Jobu's gonna shake his head.
I feel like you didn't think that question. How can they like shake their head yes for ones they have when we don't know what they have?
No. Up and down is
I-
one yes. Up and down twice is two yeses. Left and right is none at all.
So you're going to list through every single one of them if they had one.
We're just
shake his
doing a
and
head
we can-
count currently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So currently we're at 4.
Wait,
What?
Draw.
They're at
four that
3.
you're looking for, or 4 that you have?
We have a tally of 4 so far.
Mr.
Mr. Trot.
Has Sardonyx spoken
Yes,
up for
yes.
that?
Yes.
Yes, Sardonyx is 2.
Wait,
Monolith is 1.
Wait.
Snowcat has 1.
Can you just let the party talk, please?
Sure, yeah,
Thank you.
Sorry,
You're
sorry,
good.
Go for it, go for it.
All good, man. All good.
Mr.
So-
Trot, your great sword is tremendous. I don't know if that's a Vakfairy.
No.
Just know you don't have any?
Yeah, no, I don't have any.
Okay,
I couldn't steal any.
I see. He like... okay. And Mr. Yagrum, yourself?
Sadly, I don't have any. I said.
Right. So that is our current count, is 4 total.
That's not good.
I feel like that's objectively good compared to what you said, like going years and never finding one in like groups of 60.
That's why I sought out this group.
Statistically
So-
speaking, that's better than you've
Um,
ever done.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
Normal
That's
is-
why I sought out this group.
can I go
This-
to your hidden secrets real quick?
Yes, just quick thing. Normalus kind of like shakes his head at the absolute clarity and truth that Drat just spoke, because that seems so out of character, and I'm like, wait, he's fucking right. He's so right. Why is Yagrum getting mad? I've never seen Drop be more right. Yeah, no, I'll move. Oh wait, if I click the right fucking thing. Hello.
You would know. Okay, first thing, just which item you revealed was the axe, right?
I didn't reveal, I said it, but if it comes to revealing, it will be.
Okay. And the other one was, I believe, Sardonyx's mask.
Mask
then-
and something else from
and the-
them. I don't
Then
remember.
then there is the bow. There was one other thing they had, but you would know. Sardonyx has quite a few now. As in, there was the the vase, and unless I'm confused on this, because I know there's some confusion with who had it, the skates as well.
Yeah.
Unless you have the skates.
No, they have the skates.
Okay, because I wasn't clear who had the skates for a long while. But yeah.
Sardonyx.
Okay, and they also have a vase, I believe. So I didn't want to out Sardonyx that, but I knew you would probably have known that, so I wanted to just keep that in mind.
You're good.
That's all.
Yep.
If you wanted to reveal that, you can. Albeit, I'm in the understanding they probably have forgotten that. But it's up to. I'm going to view it for time being as if they were hiding that.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yes, no, so I have to agree with Mr. Drott. I think we are doing abhorrently well given the numbers. Not to say there isn't room for improvement, of course, but
You guys would notice Sardonyx like checking over in her head.
Yeah.
I think I might have miscalculated.
In a good way or a shit way?
I have 4.
What? Okay, now that's a lot better.
That's 2 better.
Jesus Christ, Trey, I fucking love this character so much. I love him so fucking much.
I'm giving you an inspiration
Oh
for that.
my god, I love him so much.
God.
Yes,
We gotta
no.
get the music.
Yes, no, okay, so we are total is 6.
Yeah, that's better. Fuck's sake.
I think we are. I can only attest to myself and Miss Niffles at the moment, but I think we are very capable individuals, and if the cohorts of this group are anything similar, I think we are on a potentially slow but steady path towards success. We just need to keep moving in the directions that require us to improve.
I think it would be beneficial to me and the group for us to discuss items of power we have.
I suppose so.
Why not?
Laying the cards on the table as we speak. I don't look like much, but I do want to caution that I am a relatively dangerous individual if crossed, so please do not take this information and use it against me as a means of trying to take my things, is what I'm frankly saying to the individuals that I've not known long in this room. The item that I possess is known to many as the Axe of Balder. It's a little
I would like to insight check that.
It's a little out of my wheelhouse of utility, but due to my bloodline, it was beneficial most to me to use.
I would like to insight check that, as he earlier did say he's not an axe or sword man.
Doubling that.
I'd also in addition to that, I'll say that a good chunk of you can roll a history check. The only one I think probably wouldn't know would probably be Jevaboo, but everyone else you can roll a history check in addition. Albeit probably good to. Albeit that's a very different aspect of what they said.
I'm going to roll GM layer. And Ian, you can tell them whether or not they figure anything out from this. Oh damn. Wait, I don't even know what that actually functionally means. Good luck figuring out how to deal with that one, actually. They're the rolls.
Okay.
Didn't you say you wanted to insight as well, Cheesecake? You only rolled history.
I rolled a 22 on insight.
Oh, you rolled first. The first I saw was Dross. Apologies.
Oh, good.
The green stuck out much more than the white.
I'm sorry.
So, how do I phrase? You would know that it seems to be they said they were not a person of an axe or sword. So, but the fact that they have it's a little weird. But perhaps that item provides them with other uses, so maybe that's why they had it. But there could be, a little more to it. Like, it's the idea that they might have something else could be possible. What that would be is uncertain, but given they're a wizard and said they're fairly strong, there could be something else they're hiding that might be more wizardry. But again, not all of you know the full extent of the Axe of Balder. So what I'm going to leave this as is that there's definitely something up, but it's unclear, like, how it might be. It's hard to say that it's a, like, the idea that they have the Axe of Balder, in addition, like, is uncertain. They may or may not have it, but there could be another aspect to this that might not just be them having it. Perhaps they have something else. You aren't fully certain, but something's a little bit weird.
So yes, that is the item that I have in my possession.
I was talking like general magic items.
Oh. Well, that's much simpler. I have my spell book is lightly enchanted. It basically makes it water resistant and flame resistant, so it doesn't get damaged easily. It enhances my ability to cast spells slightly, and my quarterstaff is imbued with some defensive magic. That
For
is
me,
also what have.
I have boots that make me resistant to the cold, as well as bracers that conjure daggers. In addition to the bow.
Well, I've got a belt, I've got insignia, and I've got a piece of armor.
I got a sword and some gloves.
Jibber,
And also
Where's-
the other sword I picked up.
where's Jibberboo?
Jebbu's is a cat
Still-
right now, so
Still a cat right now. I guess at this point, I've warmed up enough. I'm gonna turn back into a Mathodon and
in your current
or I'm gonna
in the cabin.
no, sorry. I'm gonna walk outside.
Okay, because you
Turn
could
back into
you could do that,
Mastodon.
but you probably get stuck in the cabin because of a door size.
Yeah, and it sounded like it's pretty tight to begin with. Yeah, I'm gonna walk inside, turn back into Mathodon, and go over by the window and have the conversation like we were having earlier.
Okay.
I have. Hang on. Well, I have this boat,
Oh yeah, that's a big...
and I have this old cloak that I've had for a long time. It's gone through some stuff, and it's basically just like a rag at this point. There's like a bunch of like sword slashes, like arrows going through it, blood stains, dirt stains, stuff like that. But like it's still, what's left of it, it's still in pretty good condition. And then, of course, these my totems that are on my tusks.
Alright. Who's left?
The poultry.
I think they meant you.
Oh god, that's... I already gave you an inspiration. Can't do another one.
Miss
This
Niflis.
lizard is starting to become tad a bit annoying. Well, there is this helmet, this staff, and are we just going over our magical items? Because I think that's it.
Well, I mean, other than the Berk Fairy per se, but yeah.
Well, yeah, other than the Valkyrie that I possess, these are the only two.
So, where are we heading to next?
Before you get to, I want to get something real quick, and then we'll swoop back into it because I hadn't covered it yet. For the history checks, I had you guys roll, just to get this out of the way. Maybe it's about time. you guys would know that if what Norla said is true, that puts you guys in a wacky situation because that axe is really culturally significant to the people of the Flaker clan, and they've been looking for it for a long time. It was taken by the Old Order clan under by Tartauk when they killed the Warrior of the North Flager 1,000 years ago, and it has been gone all sorts of places. That if it is a more so than a lot of Arc Fairy, it has significant cultural significance in regard to if it was returned, it would be a huge deal. But also, it could be very powerful in the hands of whomever has the other item flager. That's all I'll say. Now back to you, asking where are you gonna go next? Actually, you guys did not roll good enough history for me to have gone that long with that. But yeah, I'll say that Snowcap knows that a little. Maybe not quite that last bit, but the first bit would be fine. I thought it in the first moment. Okay, but yeah, you guys had heard Drot ask where you guys are going next. I will pull up. I'll make sure the thing is on the map. I realized it wasn't on the map. I'm sorry.
I need to head to Wet Elk. And potentially Door, if what I'm looking for isn't at Wet Elk.
Okay.
Door, well, Wet Elk, Kolovik. I wouldn't even be opposed to going over to Vetberg.
To Tefaboo? I know you actually have some ties to the area currently, so you yourself can't be going too terribly far, more than I'd wager 4 days of travel anywhere.
No, I must be back in
9 days.
nine days.
That sounds like a pleasant trip to Oz to me.
I need to go to Aslog and Thule.
If everyone could do everyone a favor and type the locations that your character needs to go in campfire chat so that we can all reference them much easier than asking repeatedly, that'd be ideal.
Yeah, I will say everything that was mentioned so far is within like a 5, 10, 15, 20. It's like within a 30 mile range at most from your current location.
Okay.
How well can you say Nordic words in a character's voice?
I kept some of the Goliath things and certain like giant things that are more simplistic, albeit not all of them. Oh, definitely not all of them. I'll look at Jan Jund.
Jan Jund.
And Aslog is definitely not. I think Aslog might have been actually something. I forget.
Right, okay. I myself don't have any locations I need to go. I'm actually just... At this point, I'm just traveling with the group and helping where I'm needed. I don't have any goals except to assist at this point. So, Snowcap, how about yourself? Right, okay. It appears Wet Elk is on most people's list. So that's not a bad first place to go. Door is also there. I'm curious myself about Aslog, so... But...
Okay, I will say the following. Unless actually, I will give you an option. I'm not sure if I can either do one of two things. I can tell what some of you would know about some of these locations, or I can go to Hidden Secrets and tell some of you what you know, and then you can tell the others. That's like the first way of saying it. Obviously, you can know a little bit more, but how do you want to go about it? As I don't want to deprive any roleplay opportunities from you guys, but I do know that there's some stuff I think I may have under-described to some of you, and some stuff I think you guys are maybe good to talk about.
It just depends if they want to keep things secret or not from the group. Like above table group, I mean.
Okay. I could also kind of say what someone would know about something if you feel like, just because there's some things I think people would know about things we haven't discussed greatly, but there's other things that I could understand if people have forgotten things just from a while back. Albeit I have reminded some people of it certain things more recently.
Does anyone have any questions about their locations?
No.
No.
No, I think we're good though.
Okay. In that case,
I'd say I think the other important factor to take in here is the importance or urgency of any of these locations. Does anyone here feel like any of the locations you've listed are of the highest priority above the others? For yourself or for the totality of the group? Trot?
I mean, like, it'd be nice to go to Oz.
Right. Mr. Deverbill. Deverbill?
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
You're fine. I asked, is any of the locations you wish to go to of a higher priority than just you would like to go to them? Is there any urgency in them?
Yes. There's there's urgency. I have 9 days to contact the other candidates for Moose Knight before we select a new one. And seeing how this is a good way to, secure power for that goal of getting rid of Dorak, I think this is a high priority for our party in general too.
See, I'd have to agree, yes.
Yes, and also I did forget the Aslog is said to be in ruins. But many of the refugees have gone to Flat Elk, so Thule, Aslog, Flat Elk are
Did we not hear that Flat Oak was recently conquered?
It was in just a couple days we were there. Or
you guys were never
we were
there.
there.
No, we've not
Oh,
been
we
there.
weren't?
No.
You're thinking of
Oh.
the eyeball session. The eyeball sequence.
Was he in here for that?
Yeah,
Yes.
they were here for it. Yeah.
Oh, right. No,
Put
that was the very beginning. Right. Yes, you were in Aris. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so there's some urgency with that one. Yes. No. Absolutely. Mr.
So
Phyllis-
Flat Elk.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I did not mean to cut you off.
Flat Elk is held by Dorak then.
So possibly not
Or-
the best place to go. Maybe we could go to Aslog itself and see if there's any survivors there. Any strong-willed spirits for the Moose Spirit.
Yes. There's one in particular that I'm looking for.
That's good to know. Definitely some urgency there. Sniffles, yourself, is any of the places you would like to go to urgent or have a priority higher than normal?
I don't know, but I have a calling for wet elk for some reason.
Is it because you're a fish?
What what all of you would know about wet elk is that unless your understanding of geography and the maps is very wrong, you've all seen wet elk. Before you went to the cave and as you exited the cave, you could see wet elk across the bay. It was like it's not a huge place. It looked to be like a tower and a small structure, and then like another thing of some kind, like some type of sculpture or something. It would, yeah.
Is rather close, honestly. I wouldn't see an issue going there. It's Snowcap, do you feel any of yours are of a higher priority?
Hmm. Can't tell at the moment.
Lastly, but Miss Yagram, how about yourself?
Hmm. None in particular. If we could eventually get to Vetberg, I'd be happy, but I think we've got quite a bit of time before we need to hurry. Significantly, at least.
That I think smartest option is to hit Wet Elk, hit Door, and then travel towards Aslog and potentially Flat Elk. That would give us a linear path of travel which hits several places of interest and also places a high priority of making it to Aslog to assist Mr. Jevabu in his goals. Does anyone disagree?
Boat.
No argument for me.
What about the boat?
That we will need a boat.
We can travel on foot. We could get a boat.
If I remember correctly, Mr. Jevabu, in fact, has a boat.
Right, so he does. I forgot about that, yes.
I don't think that's big enough for everyone.
I don't know. Mr. Jevabu, did you figure out quite how that works?
They just toss it in the water and it magically grows, or
I think there's a command word.
I
know
don't
if we
think
know
it's
it.
I don't think it's magic beans. I don't think you can just put some water in it and it'll grow.
Mr. Jevabu, do you know how to make use of that boat you have?
If they're speaking, I can't hear them.
It looks like their
Me
mic
neither.
turned on for a moment and then stopped working.
Oh, sorry.
There you are. There you are.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, there's a phrase you must say.
Do you know it?
Yes.
Is it roll out?
It's the precursor to that
No.
Autobots.
No, it's auto boats.
oh my
It's
fucking god.
I'm up there in my years. It's been alright. Identified, yes. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if that ascertained the command word or not because that's not technically part of the identify. I don't know. So that's why I was uncertain. To Ian. So yes, no, we can travel by boat to Wet Elk, or we can travel by foot to Wet Elk. Do you want to take a rest before we set off on this journey proper, or?
Yeah, it's just a short one.
Certainly.
Okay, quick question about that. Will you be, is anyone, sorry, is actually specifically, does anyone have any intention on attuning to anything? Mainly, I want to know if a Snowcap intends to attune to the bow.
Yeah, I do.
They definitely do
Also-
because they gave away their other bow.
Oh shit, I forgot about something. Do you have to touch something to identify it?
Yes.
Oh shit, I forgot to have, okay, who rolled that?
Rolled what?
Sorry, who
Roll.
identified it? Who identified the sword?
Nornless did, but he had a gloved hand.
They did?
Yes, no, I specifically
He did.
said this.
He did.
That
Ver-
makes it little fair. Okay.
I very specifically said
That
this. I'm
helps.
like, Draw
Okay.
held out the sword to him, and Drot held out the sword to him, and he's like, okay, and put a glove on his hand and identified it. Very careful not to touch the blade itself.
Okay. Alright. You guys can do a short rest.
Is that what we were deciding? Is that what we've decided on? I don't know. I'm relatively injured myself. I don't know how everyone else is faring currently.
Okay. While you guys are doing, oh, sorry, actually, go on.
I was like, what? I was talking to the group. What just happened?
Yeah, I had a, yeah, I
You're absolutely fine. That was funny. Is everyone just fine with a short rest, or would we take a longer rest? It's up to everyone.
We're gonna travel, so it's better to take a long one.
it is 10 a.m.
I was
right
gonna
now.
say the only reason I'm iffy about saying that is because
Maybe
it's
11.
definitely early in the day.
Yeah, you guys woke up.
And then short
like,
rest.
Norlis came here. You guys talked a little bit. You went into the cave. Actually, you talked to the shaman lady. You went to the cave. You came out. It's probably like 11 or noon at most.
Okay.
But probably like 10 or 11. Assuming you guys like woke up at 7 or 8.
Right.
Maybe then that might be, things happen kind of fast. But yeah.
Just curious, just top to bottom, going to address everyone because I'm curious about it. Mr. Drott, what languages are you capable of?
The common tongue and the best tongue.
So just two.
Yes.
Right. Mr. Jeffabu?
Silence.
I'll just go fuck
Strong.
myself, I see.
Silence. The strongest language.
The
I
strongest.
speak giant, elvish, druidic,
And common.
and primordial. Yes,
So four. Okay, excellent. Miss Nymphalis.
and I also said primordial at the end.
Yes, yes. So five.
I can speak giant, common, sidon, undercommon, primordial, and there's one thing else I think I can speak. It's not coming to me.
I can do giant, common, elvish, and speak to beasts.
Yeah.
I can speak Orcish, Common, and 1 second, I have it written down somewhere.
Because I forgot it. I forgot what I
Pulls out
can read.
cue card.
It's just a wee bit of Alzheimer's happens.
Yeah.
Runs in
like
the
you're old.
family.
Early
I mean,
onset
how old is
Alzheimer's.
your orc?
Canonically, he's 36.
Yeah, early onset.
Yeah, he's getting up there. He's
Draconic.
like,
Okay.
Like,
So
trying
I'm
to find-
assuming you can read those languages, so excellent. Thank you. Good to know.
yeah, Grun's like halfway
So
through life
that's-
now.
that is 4 speak
I even
and read three or more languages.
speak a bit of the what do they call it? Thieves' cant.
Oh, I see. Yes, yes. I never learned it myself. It always
It's
it's
a
interesting.
strange
It's
one.
interesting. I might do it just for fun one day.
I can
not
teach you.
one,
It's
not one day.
terrific.
Clearly, it's not that fast to learn, but
I said if you want to have a few, if you want to have a vocab test, I'd be happy to give you one.
possibly yes. That'd be fun.
I've seen it performed lots of times. I think it's mostly just gestures and pointing at things.
Oh, that's the other language. I can also speak Celestial.
You people are a very well educated group of conversationists. I'll give you that.
I think you're just a dullard.
Well, pardon me.
Damn, that took a lot of dice.
Using literally every hit dice possible.
Bro, I could have just healed you.
Why would I waste your resources when I have hit dice?
Because I get them back on a short rest.
Not your paladin slots.
No, but my lay on hands.
You don't get them back on a short rest, do you?
You don't?
Really?
What do you do?
I could be wrong, but I feel like that's not the case.
Or what?
Long rest? No, that's absolutely long rest.
Oh, hands for you.
It's fine. It's just I used up 7 out of my 10 bandages. No problem. Yes, no, I suppose let's set out.
Alright then.
Do we want to go by boat or by...
I think by land is much safer.
Looking at this map, by land is going to take a lot longer than just like a quick like 20, 30-minute boat ride.
Possibly.
Even with a boat, that's gonna be more than 30 minutes.
It's quicker than walking.
You're not wrong there.
Oh, there's something I would like you all to, that everyone would know, which is that, given the events that recently happened, and I would say, and the things that have happened in the town, the number of people of the Frostbite clan of the town that they've left a little bit, but you guys don't know exactly the movements of the Frostbite clan more inland. Meaning, you don't know if you might run into them rather quickly, or you might not, just depending on if things have changed drastically or not.
Gotcha, good to know, actually. I do think by water might be the smart option here, less easy to track us. In case anyone is doing so, we are... I mean, Mr. Yager managed to track Miss Nicholas and I down, and we didn't think we were as prolific as we were. Maybe there's a bigger target on us than we realize, and it's wise to approach things cautiously and travel down the path less easily followed. That's not the saying, but it's what I said.
You're literally like a 6 foot, 7 foot tall man and a woman with bright, colourful wings.
She's been cloaked for several days, mind you. That was my idea. I think it's actually paid off fantastically, if I would say so myself. And sir, I'm tall, but we're in a
The
land
cloak makes her look fat.
I think I'm going to buy a spray bottle before we leave Mosfelva. Sure, I'm a taller individual, but we are walking in a land of Goliaths. They are all much taller than me most times.
They don't have fur.
I mean, I'm lightly furred, but you wouldn't know that until you got up close.
Okay. Quick thing. So do you,
Actually, looking
As
at
you
the
guys are-
map, I'm terribly sorry. I did not mean to cut off the god speaking to us.
The stutter god.
It wouldn't be unwise to travel to Kalavik and then to Wet Elk first. And now that I'm looking at it, everything's really close. I didn't really look at the map beforehand. Shit. Everything's really fucking close.
the thing I wanted to say is that some of you might want. Okay, I'm saying this just in the case because I feel like this is something you guys would know. When you guys, the area that's say like flat out tundra fields, that area is largely like kind of that area, and also kind of right now by Aslog would assumedly be heavily in control of like the Frostbite clan as of recent there's an encampment. You could go to Aslog and just fuel that way, or you could, I'm just saying, you could zoop around the other way, like around the Elk Hills, and you could go Kalavik that way. I just wanted to make that clear. I don't want I just wanted to be reminder that there is a assumed danger of going the fast way, which albeit most of you had already kind of, I think, would have known that at least in characters, since that was kind of the whole bit of the
Gotcha.
danger there. Yeah.
What I'm currently debating above table is if we should start at Wet Elk and go hit things along the way, or if we should start at Oss, then Kalavik, then Wet Elk, Door, Aslog. Like we could do things in a wider circuit, but I'm uncertain of that now, because we kind of had Wet Elk locked in. So what does everyone else say?
Yeah.
That was my original idea. What's drawn now, but
go up to us, because if we want to like avoid conflict over here, we would go Wet Elk Door, up to us and Kalavik, then go to Aslog. No, not that. Let's see.
I'm rather, let's see. So whose thing is red, whose thing is orange, and whose thing is pink?
I'm orange.
I am pink and red. Red is the initial, and pink is you know.
Drought for the same fucking red.
Let me check some.
Oh, you guys were drawing on
Qualifying.
this map.
Okay.
I was drawing on a different map.
That's funny.
How
Ow.
would you be drawing on a
Yeah, no.
different- Yeah,
I was processing like, wait, what do you mean how? What map are you on? Where are you?
Did
Oh,
you
the
did
map-
you download it and
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
okay.
Hype. That's a little hype.
I was real confused. I'm like, what do you mean you're drawing on a different
No, I
map?
was doing this.
Gotcha.
That is how I think we should go.
Which one is that?
Which one?
Which one is that?
Hot pink?
No. The lilac.
The lilac. Okay. So we're at Mossfelver. We go to Wet Elk. We go to Door. We go to Kalavik, Oss, then Aslog. That's not bad if you ask me. We'd be crossing through Mossfelver again, which might be pedantic, but that's fine by me.
We need to go to Thule as well.
Where is Thule? Okay, I see Thule now.
Right here.
So my route is objectively the best.
No.
I mean, Wet Elk, Door, go up to Aslog, go follow the river to Fool, then go down to Oz, hit the fucking last one, then go back down to Mossfelder.
It would make a full
And I
circle.
feel-
The problem is Door is pretty dangerous, as well as
Is it?
Holviker.
Fucking
Yeah.
everywhere is dangerous.
I don't know anything about
For
any of these
a
areas.
reason.
Norlis is so blind, and he's okay. He's just helping everyone out. He doesn't care. Norlis could die today, and he'd be happy. He's fine.
the one thing I think, if Norris does anything, he would know that some of those ruins, a lot of those ruins, are Goliath ruins. Like, yeah.
I
With,
think
like,
everyone should delete their individuals, and we should go over, like, now it's just getting cluttered. So, I think Wet Elk is first. Yeah? Anyone disagree?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Alright, so
And
let's
then-
over to Wet Elk.
Okay.
Where after Wet Elk?
Mm-hmm. Door.
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 Door, yeah.
Okay, we go to Door.
Mhm.
After Door,
Kalavik.
straight up to Kalavik. Is everyone fine with that?
That's
Uh-huh.
Ray, speak your piece. This is this.
it seems like it's just going straight up to that. It seems kind of like it just feels like from Door to Aslog just is going to be the best route, because then we can just follow the river down.
It is the best
Do we-
route. I think the worry is the dangers along that route, which is why we're
Yeah.
going in a different way.
wait, follow the river down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this.
Oh, sorry. You thought you
That's
said door to as. Oh, when you said
Door to
I thought
Aslog
you-
and then follow the river down.
Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. I thought you meant door to Aslog, but you did like a straight line, and I was
This is
confused.
us
But yeah,
trying to avoid this.
Yeah, we
Well,
want to avoid the flat
yeah.
out tundras. Is I think why we're doing this way.
albeit Aslog, it should be kind of. You would get the idea that although this is an area, the reason this area is heavy is because they invade these areas, but also because of its proximity to over here, where Bone left the seat of power, meaning Aslog, it was going to potentially be dangerous as well, albeit you don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
Understood. I guess the question remains is from door to Kalavik acceptable by everyone?
If I'm being outvoted, I have to agree.
I'm sorry, Dre.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think after Cobblet we can go to O's.
Okay,
I know
so,
some people.
Yeah, no, that's the idea.
alright, so Kalavik
Yeah.
to Os. Os to Thul.
Cool.
Thul to Aslog.
Not the full. We can stop here.
I mean, it's on the way.
Yeah. To make a stop there. Then Aslog, and then at that point we'll have to figure out what we do then, because that's gonna be several sessions of no matter like what's gonna happen. So I think that's as far as we need to plan currently.
okay.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
one thing I want to mention, and it's that although it may be that although it's on a cliffside, there may be some land over there. You could potentially go from Door and go from the water there instead of heading inland.
I don't understand what you mean.
As in, Door is right. Door, at least part of it, is assumedly right on the Dordil Fjord. I mean, at least part of it. So perhaps there may be, given you have a means to carry your boat with you, if you needed to leave there by like water or wanted to, that could be an option theoretically.
Okay.
I'm not going to say hardline bear is an easy way to do it because it could be a full cliffside, it could be not. I'm not telling you if you know or not.
Nope, I
Um,
got you. Cool.
yeah.
So we have our general
Okay.
plan. Everyone delete their fucking drawings. Awesome. So
Other things. Oh, sorry, go on.
no, you're fine. We're going to Wet
Uh,
Elk. We are crossing the water to Wet Elk is our current destination.
All right. Before I do something real quick, and we are probably going to end in the next hour, just by the way. Probably sooner than an hour. You guys would know that Attic had gone to Elfort and assumedly was heading on to way to fuel. Abaddon had also gone that way and was heading to Furis, meaning they would go through Fuel and Aslog, and may be possibly is going in a rather dangerous path. And then obviously the Blue Ravens were, aside from
Teleported
two
away.
of them, were teleported away.
Yes.
Albeit they may return or something. Who knows what? You don't know.
Honestly, no one in this group except for Norlis knows that.
Okay, yeah.
Or knows where to, I guess. They can guess,
Okay.
but he didn't say it.
So, another thing, as you guys are kind of talking this and starting to kind of leave this cabin, some of you would notice someone or a group of people who hadn't really done this too much around the town, but some of you had seen that initial night during the peace treaty. Some of you, mainly Norlis, Jeff to some degree, and Sardonyx, will recognize as some of the people from the Sunder clan whom you saw in Vetberg. They've been here in Mossfeller, but haven't done as much. It doesn't seem like they were necessarily kind of hanging around with the townsfolk that were kind of looking at you at various times. And you see one of them who looks to be that person in that leadership position that kind of Abaddon seemed to look up to. They look a little saddened. They look upset, but they seem to kind of be heading towards you guys. It looks like they're walking in the direction of your of your cabin you guys are kind of walking out of. Do you do anything about that?
Norla sees them and waves.
They wave back and start to kind of rush a little bit, try as if they're trying to get to you, maybe to talk to you or something. You're unclear if it's in a hurry or what.
Well, they wait, or Norlis waits for them at the very least. He's not running away from them.
Hello. Ooh.
Good evening.
We've been staying in town a little bit longer. We've been heard some rumors. Where was Abaddon not traveling with you? I believe they were.
Cheesecake, remind me, who did Abaddon get a message from?
His tribal chieftains.
The tribal chieftain sent a message to you. Okay. Yes, no, the chief of your tribe, reached out magically to Abaddon and requested him to come home. I don't think they were told specifics, just that it was important and to come home quickly.
They seem to bite their lip.
Seductively?
No.
Aw.
I have
You
to
have no
say,
game.
I don't know if that worries me or not. There's some things going on, but I was hoping I could I was kind of hoping he would be with you guys.
You see, unfortunately, there was a new character he really wanted to play, so...
It's how do I even say this? I have reason to feel that, well, I believe Wolfric has reached Furice and may have garnered political power there already. I'm
that means
worried that
what?
that perhaps the person having them return could have been a newly elected chieftain, as in Wolfric.
And that is worrisome.
But
Why?
Wolfric, from my understandings, is well, in my discussions with him, have rather strict definitions of whom is a proper member of our clan. Our clan has some diversity to it, but others don't, and some dislike that.
Okay, so what I am understanding then is you are worried that they invited them back to dispose of them then.
Well,
that is a
possibly.
Concern of yours then. I guess my question for you is how I'm not very familiar with the politics of tribal life, but correct me if I'm wrong, you can challenge someone's rule through combat now.
It depends on circumstance, but generally, yes. Within our clan,
I'm
albeit there are
that Mr. Abaddon is in no danger.
That
young man is a force to be reckoned with, and he loves your clan more than anything. If someone would question his standing there, he would challenge them and strike them down, and he would assume the role that they took, and he will lead your clan to victory wherever he walks. I understand your concern. But if it's that great, then all you can do is rest to be by his side when he usurps the throne himself. Have confidence in your boy.
For longer than you have.
No, you have.
And I have great confidence in him, but I know that, simply put, the power that Wolfric possesses is great, and I fear, but do not fully understand. Well, how do I even say this? There is a chance that simply because Abaddon has some of the fire of Surtur within him, that Wokrick can overtake him because he simply has more of it. I don't fully understand how that power works or what it even is, but I know it is one of the most complex of Beric Fairy by far. Well, I'm worried, but also that's not the only reason.
Have you tried dumping water on him?
Thank you, Mr. Drott.
Yes, actually.
No,
When we met him, we were it was raining at the time, and they're very, despite them having a less fiery form than that Moritar fellow we once met, it was like anything that hit even near him turned to steam.
Yes, no, that is, what that bloodline may do. I too misplaced my son in very recently, and when that happened, I knew that I could sit and simmer in despair, or I could take action immediately and try to help him. And that is what I did. Feverishly, in every attempt, in every possible way that I was able to, I pursued helping, finding, and rescuing my son. Stressing and worrying are not your allies right now.
Yes, perhaps you're right.
If
There
you
was
want
one
to
other
help,
thing.
then you must do what you can to help.
Um,
Stressing is not going to help him, and it's not going to help you.
I actually have something to ask you. When I was in the village of Jur, which is far from here on the island of Jurtur, albeit those of Gresshelm call it the Isle of Jom, there was of our clan there was a fortune teller who could means to guesstimate the future, and they believe that Abaddon's fate, perhaps if it were to end before his time of greatness, it would be due to the Silver Eater. Do you know anything about someone who eats silver? Or the Silver Eater, does that mean anything to you?
Norlis raises an eyebrow sardonic, hoping that he remembers something more than he currently does out of character. Because that name sounds familiar, but I don't remember why.
You can do a history check if you'd like.
I would like that, yes. I'm gonna roll
Same.
poorly. Oh no, that's not bad. 23.
So what you know is
You
that
still don't know anything.
in some historic contexts, like people who were, there have been cases of people who would basically, well, for whatever reason, eat silver, and those people would be noticeable just by looking at them because their skin, at least for humans, where their skin would become a somewhat bluish hue.
Okay.
And these people were called silver eaters sometimes.
Okay.
Abaddon was
That's
actually a
all you really
tiefling.
know. You don't really, in terms of a specific one, I mean, you've heard rumors of some people in modern day like that.
Clamdar, was he considered a silver eater? Am I misremembering?
No, not that you would know of.
Okay.
Unless
I've heard the term silver
my
eater
mind.
before from your lips.
Same.
I just don't remember fucking where. Alright.
Abaddon was
Full
actually a
disclosure,
tiefling.
the changing party is the reason that this is not as obvious as a thing.
You're good, no stress.
But yeah. Okay,
I don't know much about it. I know of the ailment itself from eating too much silver, but I can't give you more than that, sadly.
You cut out fully for me. I have no idea what you said.
I don't know anything.
I might be having internet issues on my end.
No,
No,
it
also was.
It wasn't just you. I probably wasn't talking loud enough. My mic didn't pick it up.
Beep boop.
Nornless is a quiet individual.
Beep boop.
Am I not being?
Hello?
You're
You're just cutting out.
Hello?
It's my issue, I think.
Hello?
No.
Oh no. Actually, no. It's good now.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
good now.
cool.
Okay, it's good now. Yay. Oh, Titus, speak
Wait.
some more.
I'm speaking?
Explodes.
This is
Still robot-y for me.
How about now?
Thomas is a little robot-y. Norlis is was
I-
speak some more Norlis.
I am
Titus?
speaking more. It looks like I'm having connectivity issues
No,
with Discord.
it's no longer as bad as it was. It's good
Okay.
now.
Okay, am I still robot-y for you?
Nope,
Test
you're
1, 2,
A little bit.
test.
only a little bit, but I think that's the normal robotiness from you, so not a bother.
Okay.
Test 1 2 3.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, into
Discord
this
said
thing.
the bed a little bit. Norlis basically just said, I don't know much about the silver eaters, just that it's an ailment from eating silver.
Well, okay. I guess that's helpful for me. I guess. I don't believe Wofric was just such a thing or did that. I mean, I could be wrong. But okay, thank you. We intend to travel back to Furis, albeit it will be difficult. Likely via the Os River. We have a boat, which will then have to. We have the means to transport it. Well, to miniaturize it per se, due to its giant nature per se. It's from a it's a complicated thing, but we likely will head the. Which way did he head? Just wondering.
He had to due west. I assume
Along
he's
the road.
possibly. I didn't
Okay.
follow him, unfortunately. We split path at Elkfort,
Okay, well that gives us what help with knowledge I need.
and that was just earlier today. If you moved at W normal speed, I'd wager you could catch up to him potentially before he reached Aslog.
I will be doing so, but I bid you with one piece of knowledge. It's I fear the Frostpick may be turning to us next. I could be wrong. If not us, then maybe I've heard some stuff has happened down in well, all the way down in Kertambo. Perhaps maybe something happened there. I'm not fully clear. They may send people there, but we have enough troops and diversity that they may be able to troops in diverse areas. They may be able to do both, but given the circumstances, they may be heading to Fury soon. It may be a tough time. If Abaddon, we all make it out of whatever's happening Fury's now, it will be uncertain if we do once the, well, I certainly believe Furies will stand, I'll say that much. But, I don't know of our fate of the individual.
I'm certain the Furies will stand, and I'm certain that you will all stand by them. I have confidence in you and your son.
I will take
Or
most
did you
of it.
said that they were going, that they potentially have attacked, that they're potentially attacking?
We believe that the Frostpick may potentially attack Furies, albeit we don't know when. We just think that might be their next target. However, there's other reason to believe, well, based on my presence in that meeting, that I wouldn't be surprised if they send some people of that recent Zads and Catmen or wherever up to up through Kalavik to Rakedeer just to pillage that town. A bunch of the smaller humanoid towns are likely going to be attacked relatively soon, but which kind of will maybe take it a little bit longer for Furies to be hit. But the next Goliath settlement, I think they're going to attack as Furies.
Stood. May Odin guide your path. And may Mia guide your tacticians.
I have to say, I had respect for you up until that very moment. Odin has no worth in my eyes. To think I don't even know what to think. To think a fellow Giantkin had been corrupted to such an extent. I'll view that as a misstep.
I would not turn my nose up to anyone's well wishes, whether they align to my views or not.
Perhaps, but I've seen crows pick out the flesh of people's eyes with glee.
And I've seen Goliaths tear flesh from people's bodies.
But that's what Goliaths do.
That's what crows do.
Okay, I meant ravens, but sorry. Okay, otherwise I mean.
Yeah, I knew.
Raven.
I know what you mean.
That
Yes.
is true.
Yes.
That is true, but perhaps it is the nature of things. Sorry for my rudeness per se, albeit Odin is quite not okay in my book. Perhaps we may see again. I wish you the best, and
Godspeed.
You didn't have to run into Morotar, did you?
No, we've not seen him in many weeks.
Okay,
And by
well,
that I mean 2.
I hope to find them again. They might have a way to actually fight against the person I mentioned. That is all.
I believe that they mentioned that they might have been there. I don't know if that was true or not.
We saw them near your log, but we had to leave. We assumed and had hoped that he had traveled with one of our allies and went to Furis, but we're not sure what happened. But that's all. I guess I don't need to talk to any fewer. I'm sure I might be taking up your time. I have stuff I have to attend to as well. I'll leave you the best. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, you see him kind of walk off and likely head with the rest of his group. Most likely who are going to get on a boat. You don't know. But yeah. Other than that, is there anything you want to do in Mossfelder before you leave on the boat?
No, not me. Anyone
No.
else?
What do the like little R in parentheses mean on the map?
Ruins.
And the H's?
Ruins.
Ruins.
Ruins
And
and hold. A hold.
Okay, okay.
H means hold, so like a dwarf hold, and R just means ruins.
Yes.
Unless it's blue, and it's blue, it means river.
Yep. Alright. I think that's a fair place to end. Unless, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Thomas.
Oh no, sorry, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay, I thought I cut you off. Apologies. Yeah.
Well, you guys start to get to the docks and ready your boat and start to leave. Okay. Was there actually anyone that want to do anything in Mossfelder before we go, or?
No cap?
No.
Still can't said their
I
goodbyes,
had-
but they could talk to someone else if they wanted to. But
Alright.
Okay.
I think that's a good place to end.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. If that's everything, yeah, we're gonna do boom points.
I'll
yeah.
go first. I just absolutely love Drought. And I take a boom point, you fucking scaly bastard. I love your cadence. I love the personality you've crafted. I love that you're playing a character I can finally support, even if they're absolutely an asshole, but in a way that is great. I love Drought a lot, and I can't wait to see... Yeah, Drought's aura farming. I can't wait to see more of Drought. I think you're doing a fantastic job with your new character, Dre.
Yes. I would give mine to Iagrum for actually trying to steer the party.
An unexpected shift, yes.
I'm gonna have to give mine to Drought as well. He's just the most fucking unhinged schizo character I have had the pleasure of playing with. I fucking adore that goofball.
I can't wait for him to actually launch into PvP because he's an ass. Snowcap, Jebaboo? Amethyst?
Let's see. Well, I was gonna give one to Dre, but he's gotten too many for Drought today. But don't worry, he'll get some more from me in the future. But I do love how specifically your you called Amethyst poultry. Your Drought lines sound very heavily inspired by Borderlands Psychos. And
Yes.
I love that. They're just,
I'm the poop train conductor.
Yeah. And then yeah, but sorry, you're not getting a boon point for that. But that did give Amethyst a really good chance for y'all to. There's a little bit of building tension there, and then Amethyst outburst on that when I think it was when you called her poultry. That was really funny. So boon point to Amethyst on that. And then also Ian, you're getting a boon point.
Ooh.
For when Titus asked could you like explain the mechanics behind this, and you said basically like you're really wet and really cold, get a blanket, figure it out, deal with it, and that was the end of that. I loved it. I loved how just short and concise, and just we moved on. Loved it. One of my favorite moments of you being a DM.
Yeah.
Top 5 for sure.
But yeah, I feel like not everything necessarily needs to be viewed through the lens of mechanics. It could just be kind of viewed through roleplay.
Yeah, like it's obvious. Yeah.
Anyone else want to go?
Oh, I think I'm gonna give mine to Yagram for trying to like come up with a cohesive plan.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, we forgot about all that.
Sardonyx?
I will give mine to Joy. And I know it's kind of like repetitive, but I think they deserve it. I feel like this character is going to make Sardonyx speak more.
Awesome.